episode of Kentucky Ballistics. Now, normally I wouldn't do this because I'm not very much of a reactionary streamer. However, when I saw the title, Wooden Muzzle Brake Test, I had to do a reaction on this one. So, let's see what we got with Scott from Kentucky Ballistics. Put his scooter up. Oh no.
Sorry about that, man.
Scooter and
Total whoopsie
W.
daisy. Well, you know. Even Stevens. I'd say that was a little bit harder, you know, than what I originally did. Boy, have you lost your mind.
Bang, 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 bang.
Stupid old-timers don't do. You know what? Yeah, what I'm talking about. Nobody messes with Scooter. No respect for them.
Nobody messes with Scooter. Yeah, I'm gonna back right into your ass.
What's up, everybody? My name is Scott, and you're watching Kentucky Ballistics. And today we're back answering questions that nobody asks. And today we're talking about muzzle brakes. Muzzle brakes are typically made out of some sort of alloy and reduce recoil and muzzle rise when firing a gun. This is achieved by gases escaping through tiny or large ports in the muzzle brake. But my question is, why are they made out of metal? Why not wood? It's lighter, cheaper, and so much more aesthetically pleasing. So,
My guess would be these things are going to just explode. Maybe not on the first round, maybe not even on the second round, but a third or fourth round, they're going to start popping like cherries.
So today I have several muzzle brakes made out of exotic wood ranging from 9mm all the way up to 50 BMG, and we're going to find out if wooden muzzle brakes are effective or is it just a fun way to make toothpicks. You know, I'm a pretty simple guy.
My guess is that it's a fun way to make toothpicks. And I think this is his ad.
I only have two hobbies in life: big guns and going to the gym. And if you also enjoy working out, then you understand the importance of having a premium set of headphones. And that's why I'm super excited about today's sponsor, Raycon. I'm sorry if I'm talking too loud, but the noise cancellation on these works really well. So what's so great about Raycon? Well, they start at half the price of other premium audio brands. They have multi-point connectivity, and you have 32 hours of battery life. And if you're like me and forget to charge things, all you have to do is charge your earbuds for 10 minutes, and that gets you 90 minutes of listening time. And speaking of the case, this has wireless charging, and they sell nifty little protective cases for overly destructive people like myself. Oops. Also, I have a very hard time at finding earbuds that will actually stay inside my ear holes, but
Really
so up
hates these
first we have
tables.
9mm. This is a Shadow Systems 9mm, and I'm loaded up with 10 rounds of Underwood ammo, 124 grain full metal jackets. Let's get started by taking a few shots.
That's, even as small as that bullet is, it's going to do some damage. And oh, it looks like he's going to be shooting at some 2 liters at that. So let's see what he does.
Shots at those sodas.
What the heck happened to that first one? It was just a little gusher. The other 2 exploded. See? Just everywhere.
right in this red dot.
Just a bit.
All of my shots were way, way left and low. Okay, so we have our 9mm muzzle brake. This one is made out of rosewood. I have 10 more rounds of 9mm full metal
this
jacket.
is not going to go
and
well.
I'm taking some precautions while shooting these in case they do decide to splinter. I have on a face shield, a neck shield, I have on a jacket, and gloves. I may not actually pull the trigger on some of these bigger ones, but that's going to be dictated by what this one does. Okay, here we go.
Oh, wow, it just exploded. Just pieces.
Well, if the 9mm muzzle brake did that, I'm very curious to see what these other ones are going to do. So now we are going to move on to rifles. Up next is going to be an AR-15 chambered in 5.56, equipped with a 20-round mag. Let's take a few shots with it first at that can of taco meat.
Explosive diarrhea discharge.
The 9mm muzzle brake did not hold up too well, but the 5.56 muzzle brake is made out of an exotic wood called Jatoba. The 5.56 has quite the muzzle blast, so I will be very curious to see how this thing holds up. Okay, we have our protective gear on again, and we have our 5.56 wooden muzzle brake. Let's see what happens.
Watch it go away. As expected. Oh, and it shattered into even more pieces. Wow. Oh, he's picking up the
I think
pieces.
that's from the 5.56. Yeah, because I can still read a little bit of splinters on there. That was pretty eventful. That 5.56 had quite a bit of muzzle blast, so I'm very excited to see what happens with these next calibers. So up next, we're going to step it up to 308. This is a Taurus Expedition bolt-action rifle, and I'm loaded up with some Underwood ammo.
I'm going to lay odds right now that not a single one of these muzzle brakes is going to survive. They're all going to... They're just going to splatter like that last one.
168 grain boat tail hollow points. Before we try out our muzzle brake, let's blast that 6-pound can of pudding. I don't have an option.
Pudding!
So I'm just going to kind of wing it.
Yeah, every time that he mentions pudding, all I can think about is the episode of Supernatural where Dean and Sam were in the mental institution and Dean drops his pants, throws his arms up in the air and goes, pudding! Don't ask me why.
I'm going to get covered in pudding. Okay.
Wow, I just punched right through with minimal energy transfer. Oh, he's wasting butterscotch. Come on, dude.
For about 6 months. For the
Oh, well, never
308,
mind.
I
6
have
months in
two
the car.
wooden muzzle brakes. One made out of rosewood, and this other one is made out of babinga. I have on my safety gear again, and we have our rosewood muzzle brake for the 308. Let's see what happens. There we go.
Goodbye.
Okay. That did not work.
It did not work. It did not work.
So now we have our 308 muzzle brake made out of babinga, and as you can see, it is much beefier. I'm curious to see if this holds up. Okie dokie. Here we go.
Didn't think so.
Okay. I mean, I think I'm starting to see why muzzle brakes are not made out of wood.
Okay, now he's got to 3D print them. See how badly those explode.
So our next rifle is quite a big step up. This is a Weatherby bolt-action rifle, and this is a safari rifle chambered in 460 Weatherby Magnum. That ain't no 458 Win Mag.
That's
That is a
that's a
500
chunky
grain
bullet.
brass round. And before we try
That
out
is one
our muzzle
chunky
brake,
bullet.
let's blast that 6-pound can of hominy.
This is one time I love that he shot something, because I hate that crap. Oh, how many? Like, ugh. Oh, make me want to throw up. Just, oh, that shit is nasty. It's the only thing that is on par with beef liver for nasty.
There is hominy everywhere. That never gets old. So now I have my 460 Weatherby Magnum wooden muzzle brake, and this is made out of Ipe, which supposedly is pretty tough, but that 460 muzzle blast is pretty big. Okie dokie.
It's gonna go bye-bye too.
500 grain round. Here we go.
As expected.
I don't think that Ipe was tough enough. Okay, well, that got launched pretty far. I'm about 30 yards from where we shot, and this thing just completely detonated. So our final caliber today is going to be 50 BMG. I have a wooden 50 BMG muzzle brake, and this
He's bringing out the cursed gun. The gun that is responsible for put a thumb in it. Oh no.
This thing is made out of Ipe, and we have it attached to the Serbu RN50. But it's so weird, ever since I attached it to this gun, my neck will not stop itching. And as you can imagine, for this shot, I will be placing this in a lead sled and pulling a string.
Probably the smartest thing he could do.
Sorry. This brings back so many fond memories.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Now we just gotta pull that hammer back.
Oh, I didn't do the explosion. Nope. I spoke too soon.
Here we go.
It blew the lead sled off.
I may have destroyed my camera. My slow-mo camera. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I may have broke it.
Did he? Because it doesn't look. Okay, here we go. No, looks like it survived.
So, good news is, it looks like all that got damaged on my slow-mo camera is the HDMI cable. You can see it's kind of bent, so something smacked that, but the camera as a whole is good. Somewhere right now, Gavin with the slow-mo guys is having a really tight pain in his chest, and he has no idea why. Now, as for our
I wonder why.
muzzle brake, I'm going to say that wood definitely is not a good option for a 50 BMG muzzle brake. And I guess wood as muzzle brakes in general, I see now why they don't use it. It is pretty and it is light, but not super durable. But I guess if you were looking for a very quick and effective way to disperse toothpicks, that would be a good option.
I would give you that. Oh, man. Oh, Scott. Uh-huh, that's what you get, dumbass. What is his vendetta on tables?
That's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. You know, I think I could probably do better than a wooden muzzle brake if I would have gotten my start in weapons technology at SCI. Link in the description down below. Be sure and give this video a like. Hit that subscribe button. Be sure and check me out on all other social media platforms. Links to those are in the description down below, along with a link to KentuckyBallistics.com just in case you want to pick up a shirt. And as always, my name is Scott. Thank you so much for watching Kentucky Ballistics. I'll see you next time.